house and she hated me.
Yeah, Desiree.
Ready?
I'm like, it's really rude.
This is very weird.
You wouldn't talk to me. Not by choice.
Mandy used to have an imaginary friend. Hi you guys, welcome back to another vlog. Today is what, Thursday. I'm actually waiting. My sister flew into town for my mom's surprise party. That is tomorrow, so she should be getting here in like 2 minutes. We got an update on the house. They didn't accept our offer, which we were mentally preparing ourselves for because, like I said in other videos, we know that until the very end that you actually have keys, it's not guaranteed. And they essentially didn't want to accept the offer because we were offering through a VA loan, which kind of sucks because it's like no matter what, like you're getting your money. But we ended up finding out that they were just being like kind of sneaky, and just the way they were wording things and going about things. Our realtor was like, I don't know, like she could just be into like just trying to get things and not go the right way about them. So I am pretty sad, we both are, but again, we were mentally prepared. We said, you know, if this house is for us, God will give it to us, and it wasn't for us. This was not our house. So the hunt continues. We sent our realtor a couple more houses that we wanted to look at, kind of in the same area. So we'll see what he comes up with, see if there's anything. But I just wanted to update you guys on that because I told you guys I would tell you the good, the bad. We're still looking for something with a pool. If we can find something with a pool and a fireplace, it'd be great, but definitely with a pool. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated on that as well. But I'm actually getting ready to change because I have to go to the store and get the tattoo shop some stuff. And then right when my sister gets here, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna message my friend who is the owner of a really popular acai bowl place here and see, we were talking about like doing content and like all that stuff. I'm gonna see if he wants to do that. I told him about my sister, about how she's a food blogger and all that stuff. So if we end up doing that, I'll take you guys along for sure. I will catch up with you guys once I'm done with all my work. So we're at Purple Ocean. I didn't even show the acai bowl before we destroyed it. But we also got something else that I'll let my sister show you guys. This is a pechu sandwich, which is basically like vegan chicken, like a vegan chicken sandwich. Does he run his Instagram? I think so. I also got their coffee. Taking a whole bunch of content and I just want to eat. Sorry! You're not telling me what you're doing, so I don't know if you're recording or taking a photo. Give the bun a tap. Alright, are you ready to try? Yeah, I want to try it before it gets cold. Okay, I'm gonna try. What? Pass me the other half. Hold on, we're gonna do something here. 1, 2. Oh, we're gonna cheers. You didn't even warn me. I said 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Is that flow? Okay. Ready? Wow. Please. This is so good. Please. Like, good. And it's so crispy. What is the chicken made with? It said. Wow. This is really good. The breading is so crispy. I should have got napkins when I get in it. I want to like remove people from following me because they're fucking weird.
I think you can. I'm excited to try the fries.
6 miles, 16 minutes.
So we need to leave in like 15 minutes. A little less. And
Did
like
it say what the chicken was?
You just asked me that question 5 minutes ago.
I didn't.
Yes, you did. What?
I didn't listen to what you said.
You haven't listened like 3 times. I said it while I was pointing at it. It says what it is, but I've never heard of the
Approach.
It said like made with chickens something like
Skinny butcher chicken.
what was it?
Skinny butcher.
That's risky, especially for dog eggs and then bumps the shit out of that.
Okay, can you stop doing that? It's gonna monetize or demonetize my video. Yeah, YouTube does that.
Cut that all out.
I mean, I can, but whatever. Okay, so yeah, I get paid from YouTube, and if they hear music that's not mine in the background, they'll be like, "You can't get paid," and they'll just cancel the whole thing. It's very stupid. So I told you guys to ask
Seems kind of racist.
ask us questions, because you guys are obsessed with my sister. She doesn't understand how she's not a multi-billionaire from Instagram because of how much she posts.
I entertained myself at this point.
So you guys sent in a lot of questions. So we're drinking rosé. It's Thursday. Tomorrow we have to go. Tomorrow's my mom's party. So that's why my sister flew in this morning. And we've just kind of been like all over the place. So I picked up some wine. She ate her salad. And we were just listening to music. And I'm like, oh, let me do this. So what is the one thing that you can't stand about each other? We're going to start it off raw. I already know mine. And you're not gonna be surprised.
How messy you are when you cook.
Okay. That's very on brand.
Like, splatters on the walls and the ceiling.
I basically throw food at the walls.
Nothing will stay in a bowl. Nothing will stay in the pot. The whole fucking stove is covered in rice kernels or grains.
It's true though.
Oh my god.
Mine is, I will literally be telling her something and she will not listen. And I will look at her and know that she's not listening and wait for her to be like, what? And I hate repeating myself. She makes me repeat myself almost as much as Tyler. Almost as much as Tyler. The one thing you like about each other. This is very weird. We don't do this in our family. It's toxic. It is, but
I don't like this question. You know everything. Like, in terms of like, not pop culture because TikTok University is.
you know everything because you're a TikTok student.
I don't know about Bad Bunny. You know everything like in terms of like being cool.
She just called me cool. That's what she likes the most about me.
Like, no. Fashion, makeup, hair.
Okay.
Not sneakers, but like
I did. That was
heels,
once upon a time.
jewelry, all of it.
I would say, are we doing things individually to you or things that like I enjoy of you?
What was the question?
I don't know. What do you like the most about each other? I'm sorry, Leonard decided to chew on a fucking tree trunk right here, so he's really loud. Okay, I know, Mandy is very, very free-spirited. Like, Mandy, we've always said that she's like the hippie of the family. Like, it doesn't matter. We could be like, hey, Mandy, we're gonna meet at Disney at 3 p.m. She'll be like, actually, I went to Miami for the day. I met some really cool people. I tried 3 new restaurants, and I just didn't feel like being there. And we're just like, all right. Like, she doesn't need anybody to go with her anywhere. She will go everywhere by herself. She will figure it out. she'll lead the pack because you did that in Italy. In Europe, like my whole family, like all my other two sisters and my parents, she was basically their tour guide. And that was your first time in Italy. Yeah, that was her first time in Italy specifically, and she was just like the one making the reservations. Like she was like, "This is where we're going. This is what we're doing." Your sister stays grubbin. What is her favorite dish? And then she said, "And yours as well." So I'll let you.
Turkey.
Shut up.
I'm kidding. I love that snack. My favorite dish. I don't like this. I like.
Yeah.
My thing is that I like too much food to narrow it down to one dish. I need you to be specific in terms of like a cuisine.
What's the first dish that came to your mind? Right now. Without thinking, right now.
Curry.
Thai or Indian? Or any?
Curry in general. Like Japanese curry, Thai
Never had
curry,
Japanese
Indian. It's really good. Yeah, Indian curry, Thai curry.
I also like that about her too. Like, there is only one other person, one or two other people that eat the way that I eat, and it's her
Except I don't eat pickles.
or
anything
olives. Like briny.
briny.
Yeah, I love that stuff. But aside from that, like, it's not going to deter you from eating the cuisine just because of that specific
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, go ahead, curry.
Yeah, I would say it's probably curry. It's like pizza and curry is like the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay. Mine, I'm trying to think like first thing. First thing is Mexican that comes to my mind.
Mm.
And I think of like a really fat
Mexican.
burrito filled with everything. Like all the toppings. Like I'm talking sour cream, cheese, black beans,
Oh my god, you have to go to
chicken,
Mexico City, bro.
rice,
You would lose your fucking
cilantro,
mind.
like all of it. But I feel the same way. I could never, like if you tell me like death row meal, I could never pick. Because I want pizza and I want tacos and I want Thai food and I want Indian and I want Italian, I want pasta, I want citrusy sauce,
Yeah.
like I want too many
I feel
things.
like I'm the latter. Like I don't ever like I'm never like, ooh, I could really go for some pasta. Like I've
Really?
I'm never really like really want pasta.
I don't feel like you do either. If you want noodles, it's normally an Asian style noodle.
And I don't go for the noodle first.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you go for?
It bores me. Like it's like not like exciting to me.
What do you
Like,
go for, a
pad
rice
thai,
dish?
A rice dish or like a stewy dish or like some type of vegetable,
a curry.
like a dumpling, like that.
Yeah.
I never really go for the pasta.
I
don't really care
always
for
do.
it.
I love a noodle.
I
If you
like
could
that.
both live anywhere in the world, what would your dream home / environment look like?
Okay, my
The last 3 places that she's gone, she said that she was moving to, so I don't even know.
Yeah, my thing is like there's so much more of the world that I have to see to be able to determine where I would want to live. But as of right now, my dream like would really probably be Barcelona.
I was gonna say Spain.
Oh, because
Not for me, for you.
oh,
She really, really loved.
I was there for
Spain.
6 days. Like,
Yeah, she got to like actually explore like fully. You guys already know mine, Amsterdam. That's like my number one as of right now. I'm sure I could see somewhere and be like, oh my god, I love this too. But
you're probably the and I'm like this too. That's like that TikTok. That's like
everywhere you go, you imagine. I'm gonna move
like,
here.
yeah, touchdown. It's like I could live here.
Yeah. I'm just intrigued by so many other places, and I know that
Yeah.
there's so much more to see.
Yeah.
What's the longest after a fight you guys stopped talking to each other?
I thought it was like a day.
She said it was a day, but
wrong.
it wasn't. It's never been like months. It's probably at most been like 2 or 3 days. And it was very weird.
And before I went to therapy, we like there was no really real resolution to anything. It was just like, hey, did you see this on Instagram or like
Because we don't know how to deal with our emotions thanks to our family. We're just like, so anyways, what time do you want to go get food?
Yeah.
Are you hungry? Yeah, you want to go get Thai? Sure.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of just what
And
it is.
never address it
No.
at the time.
What was your favorite family vacation?
Family.
We don't really go on family vacations.
The last vacation that we went on was Italy, and
Yeah.
we didn't really.
That wasn't my favorite at all.
Yeah, I would.
We
say
don't do
maybe-
family vacations.
Maybe it was like when we went to Papa's like 85th birthday or something. Like that's like
That's the last time all
memory,
of us were together.
the last memory that I have.
And
of
that
us.
wasn't even vacation.
Yeah, it was.
Not
I mean,
really.
no,
Not really.
No.
Going to Arroyo is not vacation. It's like going home.
yeah.
Yeah, and the only other time that we all went somewhere together was that cruise.
What about like when you guys went to Atlanta, that was like a family vacation.
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
Except I didn't go on vacation. I was home.
You were home cooking for days.
Yeah, I can't choose one.
I don't know. Yeah, I
Maybe
don't.
in the future we'll have.
Maybe, yeah, maybe we'll
answer.
have one, but me and her are really the only ones that travel, and she travels a lot, especially right now. My 2 older sisters don't really go any. Well, Chrissy's now getting the fucking traveling bug, and she's all over the place, but she doesn't travel much, and my parents are just now starting to travel because they get benefits through her, which is awesome. Like, they're getting to actually finally see the world through the benefits that she gets at her job, so that's kind of it. Growing up, did you guys share clothes?
Not by choice. And like, it's not like she went for my clothes. I always took her clothes.
When we were young, I'm not even gonna get into this. We're a year and a half apart. We're a year and a half apart.
2 years.
And my mom was like, no, I have twins. So my mom would dress us up in the same outfit for everything. It was a brown and a white version of every outfit because it would be me and Mandy, and we were, again, a year and a half apart. So like we weren't that big in like a gap, especially like when you're really little, like between a 2 and a 3-year-old, like that's not a huge gap.
Yeah, so we definitely shared clothes. I unfortunately, as the youngest, got all of the hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
So I never got new clothes.
But once we got to like high school,
Oh, when you were in high school and I was in middle school, because we're 2 years apart, I would have the advantage. You'd already be gone for school.
so she'd
And
go
so I would get
shopping
dressed
in
and
my
I'd be like,
closet.
what am I wearing today? And it was like your closet. And like,
Yeah. But it was, she would do it, and it was almost just like, why are you wearing my shirt? Take off my shirt.
Yeah.
And like stupid
she would
nonsense
make a
like
cute
that.
comment and then like, what are you gonna do? Bite me? Like, no.
Did you, these questions are gonna trigger her. Did you guys have the same friends? And did you always get along like you do now? I'm gonna answer first. So,
Oh, convenient.
I've talked about it many times, but I am not joking. I'm not kidding when I say I really do have very severe social anxiety. I know people use the word anxiety and throw it around loosely. When it comes to social environments, there are times that she has literally called me out and been like, what are you doing? Because I am so socially awkward. I realize this now being an adult, that when we were little, Mandy used to have an imaginary friend. So Mandy, you could put this bottle of rosé in front of her and she would have a whole conversation. It would have a personality. It would have a family. It would get dressed every day. Like, she could talk to a wall, quite literally. So when we would go to playgrounds or when we would go to anywhere, even to church, Mandy would be the one with friends, like when we were young. And I never, because you would not catch me dead introducing myself to someone and talking. Mandy would just be like, hey, we're friends. Like, and that was it. So I would like creep in, like, I'm her sister. Can we be friends now too? And that was cool and all up until we got to high school. And she hated me my senior year, her sophomore year, because I was a senior. We were in choir together. So like, it was like, I think sophomores to seniors, right? So like all of her friends that were sophomores, when they would come over to our house, I would be there because we shared a room up until we moved out of our parents' house. And if they sat down on my bed, God forbid. Julie was talking about it the other day. She's like, bro, do you remember when Mandy was a raging psycho? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, bro, remember? Like, she almost killed me.
That's really rude.
She was like, we went to your house and me and Kristen sat on your bed because we were talking about something. And Mandy sat there with her boombox blasting Usher so loud. I'm like, yeah, I definitely remember that. As of right now, we don't necessarily share friends, but we've been friends with our friends for so long that it's all just like combined. Like, I see her friends, especially now that she doesn't live here. Like, I'll see her friends. She's gonna crash our trip next week, which are my 2 best friends' birthdays. Like, it's all just kind of the same. Like, I've been friends with my friends as long as she's been friends with her friends. So it's just the same group of friends.
Now, if you get my perspective on this,
God.
the first thing that I'd like to call out is that I didn't necessarily by choice have an imaginary friend. Like, yes, I created her in my imagination and it was me that like spoke to her.
I would catch her in a corner talking to herself all the time.
But I didn't have, like, we didn't really like socialize. Like, we had like friends in school and then we would go outside and like talk to like friends outside. But Ivana was too busy like dressing up like the dolls or like shaving all my dolls' hairs hair off and like styling it, and then wouldn't play with it. She didn't want to play.
I didn't want to play.
She didn't want to play, period. So like, who the fuck was I gonna talk to? Like, who was I gonna play with?
You made someone to play with.
Yeah. So I if I'm gonna go by myself, like I might as well share like my imagination and create this person to talk to, and so that's why I did that. But
I can
Ivana
understand
stole
that.
all my friends
Oh
since
my
I was
God.
like, I don't know, like 6. It started with this girl
In a
that-
watermelon dress.
that had a watermelon dress, and like
And that was
I didn't
in
even know
church,
her.
or that
I
was
don't
just a
even
random
know. I
playground.
don't even know who she is. But it was
Bitch,
just,
you
like, this
would have
girl.
talked to the sand if they would have let you.
Yeah, because like you wouldn't talk to me, so like I had to talk to someone. But
Yeah. I'm very like quiet and to myself. You wouldn't know that. But
yeah, but even like she has this friend, like one of her like oldest, longest lasting friends
that was her.
that
friend
like
first.
was definitely my friend first.
Desiree
Somehow-
watches, so you can talk about her.
Yeah, Desiree, we were friends first, and you just straight up like, oh, like I guess Ivana's my.
I talk about her all the time on my channel because she's been one of our longest friends. But Mandy was her friend first,
Yeah, but
and then I
it's
showed
fine.
up and I was like, "Hi, I'm her
I've
sister."
let it go. I've let it go. And
Yeah.
you can have Laura. You have her first, and you can have her. But yeah, and regarding the story of my friends sitting on her bed and like in high school, them being friends with like her and I. Ivana had the older boys that she was friends with. My friends were little fast asses. And
Your
so-
friends were dating my boyfriends.
Yeah.
That's
So
why.
they befriended Ivana.
I watched you, Kristen. Kristen stole my boyfriend.
Yeah. But they like.
I was
like,
just, I
they
had the
Ivana,
older
she had the
boys,
older,
yeah.
cooler, like they were older, cooler high school boys.
I had the senior friends that were boys,
Yeah.
and they were sophomores, and they were all so cute. I had the advantage for that, which means they weren't really my friends.
Did we always
ever.
get along? I feel like
Yeah.
for the most part. Like
Up until like that weird high school time where you thought I was stealing your friends, but it wasn't
yeah,
like
it wasn't
we
like
didn't.
I was like not getting
Yeah.
along with you.
We were, because my parents had us so close to each other, and my older sisters were already teenagers by the time we were born. It was literally just me and her all the time. Like anywhere we went, it was Mandy and Ivana going together. Like we didn't really have a choice to not like
We
each
didn't have-
other.
we didn't have a choice because they wouldn't let us go anywhere by ourselves. Anyway.
Right. Like if I went somewhere, Mandy had to come. I got punished if Mandy went somewhere and I didn't follow behind her, or if like I got home before Mandy, they'd be like, "Where's your sister?" I don't know, bro. And Mandy, again, she was this little free spirit that she was like, "I'm not ready to go home. I'm gonna stay at the park." Yeah, for the most part, we've always gotten along. Our personalities, we're extremely, extremely different, but we're also very similar in a lot of ways. What's something that you like to do for fun together?
Eat.
I was gonna say eat stuff.
Bar hop.
and we like concerts. I say it all the time. I don't think that I would enjoy a concert with anybody more than I would enjoy it with her, because our music taste is like, what was our Spotify thing? It was like 99.98%.
Yeah, like 98%.
We listen to, like, you can put on Mary Poppins, you can put on Annie, and then you can switch it to like Afro beats, and then you can put on country, and then you can put on alternative rock, and then put on the Beatles, and we will know every single song. So I would
stay
say
on the country though. I like very rarely listen to country.
rarely, but I mean like in
Very.
general, like
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
a broad spectrum. Like we listen to everything, and yeah. What was the most memorable time, in parentheses, doing what, that you ever spent with your sister? I don't think that there's a time. It's more a time of our life, and it's summers in Puerto Rico to me anyway. Like that's like summers in Puerto. I feel like it was the switch from summers in New York to summers in Puerto Rico. But I can't really think of a very specific. You live with me. I live with you.
Yeah. Memorable time. I feel like for me, yeah, I guess it's gonna have to be summers in Arroyo, because we didn't really have. We only had each other because we were.
And also so like kind of like how you were saying, like you kind of have like an identity crisis, because so much of our lives were spent in Puerto Rico, like more than like I even like make known, because that was like an older part of my life. But it was from what, like 12?
11. Well, you're older than me, so.
Okay, a year and a half. So I was like
11,
12, gonna be 13, and she
11
was
to,
like
16.
right. My mom would send us, I'm not even kidding when I say the day school ended,
literally the day. We didn't even get a day.
No, we were on a flight.
And we would miss the first day of school.
We would miss the
Like,
first day of school, or we would come back the day before the first day of school. Our school supply shopping was done in Puerto Rico. We had the most lit school supplies. The Gene Book, if you know, you know. The Pachaco, Hello Kitty.
So, you remember how we used to have like notebooks with our friends
Yeah.
in high school? Me and Tink's notebook was a Don Omar notebook.
I remember that. Like we literally would leave the United States, whatever. We would leave home and go to Puerto Rico for 3
we would leave
months.
The United States. We would leave the United States.
Yeah. They called it allá afuera, so they meant it.
Yeah.
We would leave and we would spend May, June, July, beginning of August, and then come here. I would literally forget English. Like, I'd get off the plane and start school and I'd be like, oh yeah, Missy. Like, I wouldn't even know what to say because, like, even Laura's like, bro, I'll never forget. You would come to the first day of school, like, listening to Daddy Yankee. And I'm like, bro, that was our... Elcangri.com, if you know, you know. That was, like, that and Wisin y Yandel and Zion Lennox. Those three right there were our entire life. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking, we had friends that knew when we were coming. Like, they knew. They knew. They would say, like, Matilda's granddaughters. They knew, and we had a
You know
chill
what's
spot.
crazy too? It's not like I think we had their phone numbers, but like they knew when we were coming because they would go and ask Tita when are the girls coming
They would
back.
ask our grandmother, like, on our block, basically.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like, yo, when are the girls coming? And she'd be like, oh, they're coming this day.
Like when Bad Bunny says like un besito pa abuela en el balcón, like
No, that's Tita.
my grandma is on her balcony every
All day
single day.
long.
And you can find her there and you can gossip with her there, and so the kids would be like,
We already know.
"Mira la nena."
Yeah.
And
Where are
then,
the
like-
girls? And they'd be like, they're coming. And we'd get there, and the fact that we saw everybody growing up, like, do you remember, like, the first time and then, like, the last summer?
Yeah,
Like,
man.
Bimbo, Elmo, all of them. Like,
Oh,
we saw them
so cool.
become
I miss
boys.
them.
Like,
I miss our
best
friends.
times of my life. I wish we could go to Jardines is the area where my grandmother lives. I wish we could go there and everybody was still there, but
Who knows? Maybe like I have not gone and looked
yeah.
intentionally because last time I went, I was only at Tita's house, at the store, and then in the
Yeah.
pueblo. But like, I think I'm curious to go and like go.
Like,
and
I'm looking for you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm looking for my long lost, like, sister that
Yeah.
I never knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely would love to do
What
that.
are, do you remember what like Kiara and like Changa and like
They
what
moved
were
to
their
New York.
last name?
Yeah, they all live in New York.
What were their last names? Do you remember? Martinez.
So I don't know. Maybe. Martinez
Doesn't
something.
fucking help. Jose Martinez.
I know. Okay, this one's my favorite question.
Man.
What do you both admire the most about your parents and how they raised you? I love this question. I'll let you go first.
Okay, so I'll start with my mom because that's the easiest. Oh, no, I know them both. My mom raised us to always have our own shit together. Like,
Yeah.
don't depend on anyone else because you have to have yourself right and you have to have your own things to rely on. The minute that you falter, you might leave yourself in a shithole.
Yeah.
So like, don't ever do that. That's I think for my mom. Like, she was such a hard worker. She literally busted her ass, worked overnight shifts. Like, she had
Till last month. Like,
yeah, yeah.
My
She
mom
worked
works,
so hard. So she instilled a lot of that, like, have your own, and I love that.
Mhm.
My dad, I admire that he instilled a lot of the music passion.
Yes.
Like, he's a hard fucking worker too. He like works with his hands and shit. So like,
He's
yes,
like a
he will-
blue collar.
yeah, like,
worker.
he wants to work hard for his family and shit. I admire that he doesn't take life so seriously.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
He is the fun parent.
Yeah, like, he gets
He's
home
silly
from work,
and he's
he opens a beer and he's like,
what up?
take off my shoes.
Yeah, my dad's very silly, and that's why everybody loves my dad. Like, every time I put him in a video, if I post him on Instagram, people literally say, your dad needs a YouTube channel. And like, so many, it's crazy because so many people that have like lost their dads will be like, oh my god, like, your dad reminds me of like my father, like, cherish him. I miss like having a beer with my dad, like, stuff like that. And it's crazy because like, they don't know him, they're only seeing what they see on a screen. But like, There is no one that doesn't like my dad. Everybody loves my dad.
Yeah.
My mom doesn't care to be liked. Mom doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, she really does.
But my dad is like a people's people. Like he's for the people.
Yeah, he's gonna get you a beer right when you walk in the door.
And he's gonna make you take a shot even if you don't take shots. And then he's gonna put on salsa and he's gonna beat those congas so hard.
Yeah, he split his fingers once, remember? Like he had to put band-aids on his fingers because he was playing the congas so hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and the music thing. He is genuinely like, he is the musical guy. He actually has a pretty good voice.
Yeah, he does.
His dancing is a little bit questionable, but that's okay. Like he has a shit ton of rhythm.
Yeah.
And he appreciates instruments and music.
He loves music.
And I admire that because I know, like, low key, he's probably like walking around and he's like, dun, 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 like,
No, yeah, yeah. Our musical side, 150%. The way Chrissy dances, that's probably daddy. Not saying that like
The
he's the
salsa,
greatest dancer, but like
salsa.
the love of salsa is from daddy.
Yeah.
The way that we love, because like you can put us in front of music and we will start picking apart. Where's the trumpet? Where's the trombone? Where's the guitar? Where's this? And that's all my dad. 100%.
Yeah. So that's what I admire about him.
I would say with my mom my mom is not an affectionate, emotional type of mom. And I think, especially now that I'm older and understanding like trauma and stuff like that, like I can understand why my mom is very cold. I don't even want to say cold, but she's just not a mushy person. My mom is from the Bronx, born and raised. She's gone through a lot, all that, and not even realistic. Ma is just very like cold, like she cuts off her feelings. But my mom has always taught me and my sisters, very specifically just my sisters, that like we are for each other. Like my mom does not play if like me and her beefing or like us, any of my sisters, like she's not with that. Like to her, it's like all of my girls better like have each other's backs no matter what, because my mother will brawl, and she has while she was pregnant with Mandy. My mother, bro, she's very cute and sweet and polite, but my mother got into a fight pregnant with her in the Bronx at a bank.
Because
Brawling.
brawling.
Somebody cut her in line, and she was like, And my mother, bro, the second Ma's like this broad, I'm like, oh shit. When my mother uses the word broad, I'm like, oh god. So that's what I feel like I've gotten from Ma. And I feel like with daddy, it's been a combination of the music and the not taking life so serious, because my dad's very silly. And I got all of his silliness, like, since I was a baby. I've been very, very silly like him.
God, yeah, you're literally him. Like,
Yeah, I know. I'm my father. I would say those two.
She got her social anxiety from the mother.
Does she miss living by you? There's 3 questions. No. Oh yeah, there's 3 questions in this. Do you miss living by me?
Is that a question for you?
Does she miss living by you? So it's a question for you.
I mean, sure. Like, yeah, why not?
Again, we grew up with each other, so it's like,
It's easy to like have, hey, like, what are you doing on board? Like, I'm gonna come. Like, really, it was like her asking me what I'm doing on board. I'm coming to my dope ass apartment, and I'm gonna cook, or I'm gonna have, cocktails, espresso martinis.
yeah.
We're
We
gonna
lived
tan,
not even
music.
like, what, not even 5 minutes from each other. Literally, we've lived so close to each other as adults. As like late adults,
Yeah.
we've lived, I'm not joking, I could have walked to her apartment. Even like when you guys lived on Garvin, I could have walked there. And when we lived in College Park and you guys were here, we could have walked here too.
Yeah.
Like we've always lived very, very close to each other.
Yeah, so yeah, like, of course, I don't have family and where I am now, so it's definitely is like, damn, wish I had someone to talk shit with.
Yeah. Well, this one, how long can you guys go without calling or texting each other? An hour?
Maybe a day.
Barely.
Like if we're
If we're busy. If we're busy or it's like we're traveling. Your favorite recipes that the other of you make. I don't know if I have like a recipe. My sliders. That's the only thing that I can think of. Mandy makes the best pesto that I've ever had in my life. Like bow tie pesto pasta. She makes a lot of really, really, really good things, but that's the one, like, the second that question processed, that's the first thing that I thought of. Oh my god, and your mac and cheese. She makes like a 6 cheese fresh. Like it takes her like 8 hours. It's like a $500 mac and cheese because she buys every gourmet cheese that there is and she shreds it.
Yeah. Vanna makes pretty good coffee. That's as a
I
recipe.
brew an espresso pot.
No, but you like, you know, just enough creamer, just enough, you know, sweetener. Like that's a recipe. Also, I would say she makes pretty good like
Pretty
bistec encebollado.
Because I've made it 6,000 times in the last 5 years
Yeah,
for Tyler.
yeah. And as long as I don't go into the kitchen, I'll respect her rice. But if once I go into the kitchen, I see the fucking rice everywhere. I'm like, no.
Well, okay, every time that we've done like the potlucks and stuff, for like with the
Oh,
crew,
your little
I've made like rice,
Well, yeah, you made rice. But the corn
corn casserole. That's 4 ingredients. That doesn't count. It doesn't. It's the truth.
Oh my god.
It's the truth.
The pesto is like 4 ingredients exactly.
But you make it from scratch. Like it's not like you're buying pesto and
Give
mixing it and
yourself
putting
credit,
salt.
damn it.
Okay.
What's your favorite recipe that you make yourself?
Well, a lot of them you haven't had either, because it's not like
That's
I
fine.
serve you and cook for you.
Sorry, what is it?
I like my pollo guisado. It's pretty
Okay.
tasty. It's not Ma's, but nothing is Ma's, so whatever. It's pretty good. I think you guys had it because Jeremy's the one that said something. It was a shrimp, like a creamy tomato shrimp
Yeah,
pasta.
that's pretty good. Yep, the Tuscan.
Right, yeah,
Tuscan
that
sun-dried
situation.
tomato.
That what I was, and my loaded tostone de pana, even though that's not my original recipe.
That is your.
But that's
that
like
was your thing.
my thing. Yeah.
Like goat cheese and weird shit.
Not. I would just put whatever I had. Okay.
Exactly, and it was sometimes goat cheese.
Whatever. That's everything. Cool. I'm ending this video here. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Can you say bye to them? Cheers. We have to do a thumbnail. Hold on. Yeah, just like come a little bit this way. Yeah. This is only gonna be like a video.
I know. But it's gonna be the picture that's on the video.
Part of the picture. Because I usually do 3 pictures. You keep moving, it's recording, and I'll just screenshot it. Okay, we're done.